challenges do you see from Penn State's offense?
I think they just have a really good ability to make a lot of big plays, and when you play an offense like that, you have to try to eliminate those explosive plays. You have to shut down like two really dynamic players in McSorley and Saquon, so it's definitely a challenge.
What have you seen from Saquon this year so far when you've looked at film?
He just seems to get better every single year. We identified him as someone who was a really good player even as a freshman. Someone that we thought would be like a top 10 pick someday. So I think he's just someone who's really dynamic, and he's a runner for the Heisman. So you always have your challenges as a defense when you're facing someone who's in contention for a Heisman Trophy.
How do you stop a guy like that?
Like I said, just try to contain those big plays. That's what really sparks our offense. That's what really gets them going, is those really dynamic plays by him. And I think if you do a good job of trying to contain him and trying to control those big plays, I think you can kind of slow them down a little bit.
Well, everybody talked about all the guys who defense lost from last year. At midpoint of this regular season, are you farther ahead of the defense than you thought you'd be?
I think we're getting better each week. I think they are really starting to create our own identity, and I think we're starting to really gain understanding of our defense and sort of like who we are as a defense. And I think that's really important. We kind of knew what we had last year, and this year's been a little bit more unknown, but I think we've started to really develop into our own.
Who do you think you are? Yeah.
Where is that identity?
I think just a team that tries to just stop teams on third down, stop the run. Try and be a factor during the game, and try and really bring pressure, make quarterbacks feel uncomfortable. That's sort of our identity and who we want to be as a defense.
Do you guys ever talk about where you guys stand nationally and statistically as a defense, or?
Yeah, we always talk about our goals for each week, and we have a goal list and we try to hit each week. But we're always aware of some of the national standings, but we don't focus about that too much. Just try and focus on our opponent, and try and keep those numbers low, and then once you hear them, it feels good to know that you're up there with some of the best defenses in the country.
How big of an opportunity is this, obviously, going into Penn State night game on their own turf?
It's huge. That's my favorite place, like one of my favorite places besides the Big House to play. It's just an unbelievable atmosphere, and the crowd's great, the atmosphere is great. It's just college football at its finest. I think it's going to be one of the best games to watch, and I think it's going to be really fun to play, and so I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, the numbers are there defensively. Do you guys look at this as, from a defensive standpoint, as this you guys can prove yourself this weekend, given that Penn State does have so many offensive weapons? Do you view it like that?
Yeah, it's a great opportunity. We're playing the number 2 team in the country, so what an opportunity for us to show ourselves, and especially after two kind of tough games, losing to Michigan State and then having that overtime win versus Indiana. They were both really tough games, and just having that opportunity to sort of redeem ourselves and keep ourselves in the talks for the playoff or for the Big Ten championship.
Given the way last year's game went, do you have to kind of put that out of your mind, or is there stuff that you did in that game that you can use against Penn State?
I definitely think there's stuff that we can use. I think they're going to come out a little bit extra intense. I think they're going to really bring it, and I think that's going to be what makes this such an exciting game, is that they have a lot of motivation from last year. They won the Big Ten championship, but we got the better of them last season. So that's definitely motivation for them for the week. Is just like you can't really sleep on this Michigan team, and I feel like they're really going to come out ready to play.
Well, given your special teams, not defensive play, but field goal block, Tyrese had big plays. David, how much confidence, how much momentum is this defense riding with right now?
I think we have a lot of confidence, and like I said, I think we're starting to develop our own, sort of identity. I think players are starting to feel a lot more comfortable. Over had a number of big plays in this game, and I think Rashawn really starting to find his ability to make big plays and sort of make his difference felt. And I just think everyone's just feeling a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more confident.
You guys notice a little less attention on your side with Chase putting up the numbers he did the first half of the season?
No, everything sort of feels the same for the most part. We just had some really good defensive line play from a lot of our guys, and I think some of the younger guys are also starting to get in the mix. We've been able to use Monet a lot more in our 4-down stuff. So, it's just exciting. I think our best football is yet to come.
Does it feel different being pretty much large underdogs going into this game, and obviously game day's there? I know you saw that.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I think you sort of have that underdog mentality, and I think you can really use that to help us, and I think that will be, something that really pushes us throughout the week and really gets us the best out of us, and just knowing that we're going into a hostile environment and we're underdogs, and that we know we have the ability, but just making sure that we produce this week in practice and really come ready and come prepared.
Why is it one of your favorite venues?
I don't know. I think just ever since I was little, I kind of I've always looked at Penn State games, just like the wideouts and Joe Paterno, stuff like that. I just I've always liked the history. That's sort of why I like Michigan as well. Just two programs full of rich history, and a lot of great football players have come from both schools, and just two historic programs, and two really great programs.
You wouldn't trade helmets with them?
No. I wouldn't go that far. I would not trade helmets with them.
How much have you been